Hello and welcome to the quarterfinal rounds of the 2019 MLQ Championships. Here we have the 6-seeded San Antonio Soldados taking on the 3-seed Indianapolis Intensity. Quarterfinals are best 2 out of 3 matchups, and the games will be interchanging with each other. So these teams will play, then they'll have a gap, they'll play again, and they'll have a gap, and then if necessary, they will play a third game. Soldados have played 2 games already this morning. They started the day off with a win, a very comfortable win over the Toronto Raiders, but then they fell to the New York Titans in a closely competed game, which gave the Titans the 4 seed. They're currently playing on pitch 2 against the Rochester Whiteout, the 4-5 matchup. That can be found on our Twitch stream of Field 2.
Twitch now? We keep changing streams.
We are about to get started here. Indianapolis champions in the North Division, San Antonio runners-up in the South Division, and we are live. And the runoff is won by INDY and in the hands of their coach and their leading ball handler, Nathan Digman.
Oh, I love that.
Digman across to Max Jolly. K-Pack is wearing the green headband. Matt Brown, their star beater, in a 2-mil beater set. And misses an early beat there. The Watcher Control stays with Williams and Tracy, who have done a lot of work for San Antonio already this weekend.
And Packer's going to find the ball here and swing it down to the female chaser. And they're going to get the rebound after what looked like a little bit of a mix-up. And now Max Jolly is going to swing it over to Digman. Jolly looking to control the ball here while Digman gets back into the offense. He's going to use the reset. Digman with the ball now. He's going to look to probe. The Intensity with a beater behind, looking to clean up possession. Now Christina Packer's going to have the ball. She's going to look to probe. Digman's got it now. He's driving. He's shooting. That shot is no good. It's going to roll harmlessly behind for the Soldados to pick up.
Yeah, but not bad for early few possessions here from Indy. They're being patient, which they want to be against this highly athletic San Antonio team, and they seem to be finding some holes. They just haven't been able to convert yet.
Yeah, Indy looks very controlled. There were a lot of times it looked like turnovers were imminent, and they haven't been. And that's a good start for a first possession, especially against, like you said, a team that really wants to get out and run.
Yeah, it's important to be smart with your misses against the San Antonio team, right?
Mm-hmm.
A miss that leads to San Antonio having to play half court is a lot different than a miss that allows for a fast break. But speaking of fast breaks, Matt Brown has gotten a blue card, and that's going to be a huge advantage for San Antonio here with a beater power play, which is kind of becoming our inside joke of the tournament because nobody wants to score against the beater power play.
And Matt Brown got the blue card for playing after the beat. And yeah, we've seen terrible decision making during those situations on a beater power play. We'll see if the Soldados can do it better.
Nick Kaufman, who you probably know better as the old keeper for Ball State, is the sole beater now for Indy with Matt Brown in the box. But Kaufman's done a nice job in the position.
He's subbing out at this moment.
Yeah. Harold Advinkulas coming in instead. It might have just been Kaufman running for brooms up, and now that he's the only beater, they wanted a little bit more experienced beater in the game.
So we'll see what the Soldados come with here. They've got a matchup up top. Kite can't handle it. The pass was the shot / pass was a little bit high.
Yeah, and we'll see how long Digman can take to walk up this field as we look to have another killed power play.
So Digman's going to take the ball up. He's going to try and kill this power play, as Ethan said. He's going to walk up with his one beater. This is a time where the Soldados can press. They are. It's going to be a good bounce back for him. Hits the ball as Digman was trying to throw. There's going to be a turnover. And now the Soldados are going to take off. And the power play is killed. Kite unable to convert right next to the hoops.
We're just gonna have a working scoreboard. Keep talking.
Some good defense there at the hoops from Nathan Digman.
Brown, a big beat there.
And now we've got Max Jolly bringing the ball up back to Digman. Some really nice patience from the intensity. They're gonna have a beater behind. He's gonna be looked to pass. Packard's gonna kick that ball up. It's not as you were saying, it's not the worst turnover in the world.
Yeah.
They're able to get their beater back. Nice tackle there from Jolly just to slow things down.
Yeah, I really do like that tackle. It's just gonna force a half-court set out of San Antonio. Interesting to see Cristo Fuente in so early in this game. He hasn't been playing as many minutes.
And Languinus gets the ball behind the hoops. He's going to fire. Falls harmlessly in front. Digman's going to pick it up. He's going to look, see what his options are. He wants to run.
He might have been able to, too.
He might have been right to.
Yeah. Wasn't getting enough help, though, for sure. I mean, I know Jolly got beat as he was the one recovering it originally, so he had to go back to hoops. So, honestly, I mean, Indy is fine, I think, with this.
Now that's Matt Melton coming in.
Yeah. We'll see what they do without Digman. It's kind of been their Achilles heel at times this season. What they almost do is take a reset there, which would have been really unfortunate. So now we see Kaufman back in his more typical role as a keeper.
Melton's going to find some space here. He's going to take it, and he's going to drive, and he is not going to score. Great play from Esparza. That's a good attack, though. They really... Melton in behind Melton being able to find space in coordination with his beaters is really what you want to see.
Yeah, I mean this Indy program has long been known for getting the
great
shot from Langlonay.
Yeah, Langlonay, nobody stepped to ball, and that's what happens when nobody steps.
Yeah, and he has a cannon, so you can't give him that shot. Tough angle too, to hit that shot at. But as I was just saying, that this Indy program for years now has been getting the absolute most out of its talent. Never as many star players, elite players as the other top teams, but 4 out of 5 North Division titles now. They've been to an MLQ Championship. Only 4 programs can say that. And Kaufman lets one fly over the hoops there. And you can get an idea of the Indy game plan there as Coach Nathan Digman telling Kaufman, don't let them speed you up. He wants nice, slow, patient possessions.
Yeah. And we're going to keep talking about this, but turning the ball over on a shot like that, so important to do it behind where Soldados have to play in the half court where they've been not nearly as good. Esparza now with the ball with some beater support.
Intensity is also showing a lot of 2-male beater sets right now.
Now we've got a long throw there from Indiana. From Indianapolis.
Oh, there's going to be a foul against San Antonio, I think, because there's a clear trip, but also right through the entire zone, and the dunk is Nick Kaufman. And obviously one of the storylines from this morning is kind of the disappointing performance of the North Division. All 3 of their other teams eliminated in the primary bracket. None of them winning a game against a team other than another North Division team. It's important to remember that that's not this Indy team. In a division where second place got 7-5, this Indy team was still 11-1. They 3-0 swept the Toronto team that finished third. They 3-0 swept the Minneapolis team that finished second. This is a force of a team, and they've come out and proved it early here with what should be, I assume, unless there's a weird call here, 10-10.
Ref's still deliberating on this one.
It's always the foul after the foul.
So what do you think San Antonio has to do to combat the game plan that Indianapolis is employing?
Hard to say, right? They've been a little wasteful with their possessions. I think, again, we talked about this earlier when they were playing New York. They were so deadly in transition and not very scary at all in the half court game. Even their one goal here was a pure transition goal from Langlonay. As long as Indy's being smart and not giving them those transition opportunities, it's going to be tough for them to get on the board based on what we've seen from them offensively so far.
And it's going to be harder now with the beater power play for Indianapolis.
Yeah, interesting, because I feel like that foul happened before the goal.
It sure did.
So it was a legal contact by both players over there back behind the hoops. Because there's a card against Indianapolis, they can't score on that play, so it's no good, which is why she was serving that time. So that was our bad. We should know that Josh Mansfield knows what he's doing as HR.
And now Mountain's going to get the ball right in front of the hoops for what should be an easy goal. And he does put it through. So it is going to be a 10-10 game.
Yep. Now we've got another beater power play, which still nobody's converted on so far this tournament.
That's correct. At least on field 1.
Yeah, on field 1. Eric Ray is also in the game, and he's definitely more of a half-court player. I mean, you're not going to find him kind of running that fast in transition, so we'll see if that brings a bit of a different look. Sanchez also in, McIntyre.
And McIntyre's going to go right behind his beaters and score. Oh, he missed. But it's cleaned up from behind.
So we've got a beater power play goal.
Yeah, 1 for 5 now.
6. There was one already in this
1
game.
for 6.
Yeah, smart play by McIntyre there, going in behind his beaters.
Yeah, I'd like to see, so from the Soldados, I'd like to see, especially when they have dominance, a little higher press from one of their bludgers, or from both of their bludgers, and some pressure from the point defender. That's really where they're going to be able to create opportunities to create transition.
The real problem has been getting a decent amount of bludger control in these last games. Indy, you can tell, is very fine just waiting and trying to get bludger control back. Rain was considering a shot there, though, which would not have been a great idea. But yeah, they're happy to pass it around.
And now Max Jolly up top. It's a misbeat. And that's going to be a turnover. Now they need to run. Get out, right? And so this is the formula. Press, and now McIntyre's going to eat for an easy goal.
Yep. And that's what happens. If they can keep bludger control and win a few interactions near the hoops, they can turn into presses and goals. I think Max Jolly just has to take his reset there and get out of the play. He tried to force it a little too hard into the corner, got trapped in the corner, had to throw it away.
Yeah, and the other thing that you can do is also, if you find yourself something, you can take a shot on the big hoop, on the tall hoop, because the turnover there is going to be at the back, at the back, and it's going to force half court.
Yeah. Don't throw it to the keeper. It's the number 1 sin in Quidditch.
So Max Jolly again looking to probe.
He's got Reen now in at keeper.
Trying to force a pass to Digman there is not going to work out. Nice positioning there from the female chaser.
And Jolly's slide takes him over the hard boundary for a turnover.
Yeah, and it was Mel Kite's positioning there and the box out on Digman that forced that turnover.
So because he was just in possession of that ball, that pass does not count as a reset. You're allowed to pass back upon immediate possession of the ball. It's definitely heated up here in the middle of the day down in Richmond. We had a nice, pretty moderate temperatured morning.
And Naraki in for oh, and McIntyre loses the ball in his shot. And Digman going to come here and slow things down.
Good awareness by Jolly. A lot of players would have got caught by that beat and maybe done something illegal, like thrown after. He got the ball out before he got beat. Jolly's been a long-term piece in this program who hasn't gotten as much hype in the past, but has had a big season for the team. He's going to beat Tim Nguyen to that ball, though. He's going to knock it out of play.
So Tim Nguyen picks up the ball, 4 goes out of bounds. Doesn't have to pass it to anybody. And look for when to give the ball up here.
Rocky and Markle now the beater pair for San Antonio. Matt Brown also back in the game for Indianapolis, though they are in a standard set for the first time.
McIntyre's going to try and find Kite at the edge of the hoops. A nice play from Jolly. Digman able to recover the ball.
Naraki's pressing them so high that... Oh!
He's not keeper anymore!
So Ryan Naraki just sitting in the opposing keeper zone. That's a power move against the best beater on the other team. That's saying I am better than you. Still though, this has kind of been the feeling on all of the games we've watched of San Antonio, where it kind of feels like they're the more talented team, but then you look up the scoreboard and there's not a big difference. It's still only 30-10 right now. you would have to say that Indianapolis is probably executing the game plan they really want to, maybe with 1 or 2 more goals.
Yeah. Indianapolis is playing the game they want. They haven't been able to convert. The offense has been a little bit dry. But that was Naraki there to create this turnover was great for the team. It's a lost possession from the Soldados in the half court. They didn't really, there's a lot of lateral movement. They didn't really attack anywhere, and the ball was in the other team's hands.
Yeah. But if like we said, when you got to get into these late rounds and you have to face the Tate K. Kylie McBride pairing from Austin or the Max Havlin-Louisu pairing from Boston, Naraki's going to have to take another step here, and he's clearly trying to in this one.
Now Reyes going to look to distribute here. Hand off to Tim Wynn. Tim Wynn up against Digman. Digman's going to try and slow him down.
Markle there beats
Reyes.
out Brown, so no budget situation.
Melkite's going to get surrounded at the hoops. Max Jolly holding on for dear life. He's going to force a pass to Tim Wynn. Wynn's going to have some openings, and Wynn's going to put it through.
And again, that's Ryan Naraki's goal. Matt Brown could literally not pick up the third bludger because Ryan Naraki was everywhere. So just a delayed penalty there. No time will be served because the goal was good. 40-10 now the score, San Antonio.
Ethan, that's not win. That's Vallejo.
Now Digman on the drive. He's going to get stood up by Eric Reyes.
Yeah, Brown is fair, like a butter control, but then just Markle takes it right back.
And now Vallejo on the drive. He's going to dish to McIntyre, and it's going to be good. A very small window to get that one through.
Yeah, great hands from McIntyre there. Tough adjustment for a taller player. That's the kind of shift that the Soldados needed right there. I think it's going to get the timeout from Indianapolis, too. Great 3 or 4 minutes there from the Soldados right after we were talking about how they weren't showing up. Couple big goals, big plays in transition. And their hype. You know, a lot of these top teams do kind of run on that hype for sure.
Yeah. And the plan's kind of falling apart here for Indianapolis. They've definitely gotten sped up a little bit, and they haven't been able to get lots of turnovers at midfield, and that's where you can't have them.
Yeah, like, it'd be one thing if they were, getting good possessions and just not converting.
Sorry about that. We had the computer was overheated due to heat. We're trying to get everything back up in a second.
So while we get the stream back up, there was another score from the Soldados, Craig Garrison. Tim Wynn coming up with that ball. The score is 6-1 Soldados. And some great defense there by the Soldados to get possession back. We'll see what they can do in the half court here. Indianapolis definitely losing a step. They have bludger control. That's some good point defense from up top. He's going to run around and look for it. That's a stiff arm there. Ooh, pushes 31 back. Craig Garrison runs into him, but barrels into the defender, but falls down unable to take a shot on it. It's going to be a turnover. We've got just about 6 minutes left in this game until the 20-minute mark. And it's a fast break here from Kaufman. And the goal's no good. He was beat before. Took too long to get rid of it. The Soldados are hype. Yeah, they've really taken control of this game here.
For sure. And to our viewers again, sorry for that little blackout we had. It shouldn't happen again. We just had a bit of a computer overheating. We'll take better care of it now.
We got an exchange of beats up top. That's going to give Tim Wynn an opportunity to probe. Back in possession of both bludgers. Looks like there's going to be a turnover up top, but it's going to go right to the Soldado player. And Adams is free, and Adams scores.
I think the refs are going to have to talk about it because a lot happened on that play on the ground. So goal's no good. I guess one of the players who was interacting with the ball probably in that scrum somewhere was beat. So just 5 minutes left here, but again, we've talked about Indy's keeping it close, but still not doing anything on the offensive end. They got to get a couple goals here.
Yeah, they've been unable to convert, and the offensive possessions have not looked good. That's really the concern.
Another missed opportunity, in and out of her hands.
And Nick Kaufman just got beat before on a breakaway that he really should have converted on.
Craig Harrison's getting a call there for not much contact. So that's going to give Liz Priam a real chance at a goal here. Wide open middle hoop that they really need her to hit right now. Just their second goal.
It's going to be a little bit of a tough shot here. It should put.
Let's not sugarcoat it too much. It's a 10-foot shot into an open middle hoop. Maybe Logan Zahn has more of an angle on it to block it than I think he does, but if he doesn't have one, it's a shot you should make. Oh, she's going to take her free movement.
And she should go
all the way to the
all
nearest
the way
two.
to the nearest. Yeah,
she found it. She got there. And now she can
She
just
should
shoot
go further. She should even go further.
Well, no, I would just run an angle, and that was not what you do.
And Logan's on down the field on a fast break. Wow,
that is a game-changingly bad decision.
Yeah, that was bad.
Thing is, like, props to Logan for getting in there and making that block. I don't think that ball was going through the hoop.
It wasn't
even
going.
if he didn't.
No, it was not going through the hoop. There was a lot that went wrong there.
And that's kind of been the story of this game for Indy so far, as they're now down 70-10.
So Coffin with the ball here for Indy.
Kaufman has their only goal.
They really have to get things going. And a shot that's going to sneak in the top hoop.
It's Jeff Sywick, the old Ball State seeker.
Nice shot there from Sywick.
7-2.
So Luke's on with the ball here for the Soldados. Behind Tracy. Kaufman's going to go after it. He's going to strip the ball. There's a bad beat there. Missed beat from 11. Oh, and just right across. Ooh, and in contact after the goal. That looked avoidable.
I did enjoy the very casual way she finished that, though. $80-20 now the score. Comfortable lead here for San Antonio. Tracy, a big beat there. Ryan kind of got forced into between a rock and a hard place.
Now Craig Garrison looking to attack. Oh, and just walks right through the defense. Nobody stepped the ball.
So San Antonio can really start to think about a win at this point. Up 70 points. They probably have the more dangerous snitch on pitch play.
Certainly.
3 more minutes of good defense would pay some major dividends.
So now they've got Rain, Jolly, and Digman. They're really going to have to make something happen right now, or this is absolutely going to get away from them.
Yeah, they've been pretty conservative with Digman's minutes, even though he's been one of their main spark plugs this season.
Digman keeps working. Vallejo does a great job. Oh, and a great tip there from Tim Wynn. He's going to look up. He's going to see two bludgers. One of them subbing off. He's going to hand the ball to Vallejo.
Yeah, first to every ball, which for the team that's played a few games is not how it should work. Indy should be here fresh. They should be running them off the field. But Dan Williams, a real casual beat there to get bludger control.
Esparza attacking from behind the hoops. He's going to find his chaser in front of the hoops. He's going to go up. A nice little deflection there from Randy to go get the ball. Daniel Williams going to beat out Matt Jolly on the side.
And now you got to start thinking about, as much as you don't want to push the pace, you kind of have to. You need to get a couple more possessions in here before 20, because down 70 is a long hill to climb.
You got to take care of the ball. That's the first and foremost thing. But yeah, absolutely, it's going to be too big of a differential.
Richard attacks Daniel Williams there.
Now Damian's going to look for his opportunity. He's going to fire across. It was supposed to be a pass, a shot at the near hoop. It did not go through.
I like that opportunity better than many of what we've seen from Indy, and that's because Digman was in the game. Like we said, he said a lot so far in this one. Over on pitch 2 right now, by the way, Rochester caught against New York. It's now 130 to 115.
Esparza happy to walk the ball up. Jolly gets beat from behind. This is going to be a no-bludger situation for Esparza, who puts it through and is putting this game away.
We're in the last minute here before the 20-minute timeout. 120 now the score.
Kaufman's going to have the ball up top for Indianapolis. He's going to pass it behind. He's going to get the ball back on a give and go. It's going to go through, but I don't think they're going to go. Oh, the goal is counted.
Yeah,
nice
like
little give and go action.
Yeah, and good hands from Kaufman after those good hands we saw from McIntyre on the other side. Clean up that give and go.
Nice assertive talk there
Yeah, and
from our head referee.
It's a confident head referee out there in Josh Mansfield.
Confident and competent.
It's a good combination. So if I'm San Antonio here, I'm holding for this last possession as we're ticking towards I think even a little closer than that clock showing to the 20-minute mark.
Now Sanchez is going to go have the ball as Esparza subs out. McIntyre back in.
Yeah, San Antonio's bench clearly conscious of the time. Yep, and it'll be the last possession before the 20 minutes, which means San Antonio will at least be nursing a 70-point lead, possibly an 80-point lead in the 20-minute timeout.
Now go center!
Now Sanchez is going to look to make his move. Pass out to Brooke Willett, who corrals it back in, and that's going to be the 20 minutes.
Yep.
Really good 20 minutes from San Antonio.
Yeah, after the really iffy 20 minutes against New York, where we had a lot of questions to ask. They looked really nice and clean.
Much cleaner. A little bit better in the half court.
Yeah, I mean,
not much, but a little bit.
The biggest concern is that we didn't see sloppy play from Indy. We just kind of saw outclassed play from Indy, and I think that's a bigger concern.
Yes, it wasn't that balls weren't going through hoops. It was that they weren't even getting to the hoops in the first place.
Exactly. So, Snitch on pitch play. We'll see what San Antonio's strategy is. They haven't been scared to play just in the quaffle game before. But they might just at least give their seekers a few chances. Logan's on.
Looks like Craig Garrison is going to take the snitch. He's going to take the first rep at seeking.
Yeah. But if you're the Soldados, even if you could win this game on quaffle points, I feel like your seeker game needs a little pick-me-up boost because they haven't caught yet. This tournament.
Yeah. A little confidence is always good. You don't want to have a seeker that is cold coming into the.
If they go to the semifinals tomorrow and their seekers have to sleep all night on the fact that they didn't catch one snitch, it's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
Because the snitches aren't changing come tomorrow. It's going to be the same group of snitches.
So we used to talk about seekers being like having like a batting average, right? And we always used to say, at least at USQ Cup, you'd want a seeker that could bat 300, 320, something like that, and that's how you win a tournament, right? How has that changed with the new rules here in MLQ?
I think a couple things have changed overall in seeking game, I guess, since your heyday. One is that just beating play is so important because you can so completely control. I guess that really hasn't changed.
That has not changed.
But I would say the more speciality of matchups with snitches has changed. More teams, especially MLQ teams who are seeing seekers come in from multiple programs, will tailor their matchups to different snitches, a big snitch, a fast snitch, a tall snitch, long arm snitch, and kind of find their matchups. Boston, obviously one of the better seeking teams in the country. They caught, I think, they went 11-1 this year in seeking. They had a trio of seekers, and we'll get to talk about that more as they come into the tournament over the next few hours. And each of them had a chunk of their catches. And it's really just kind of finding those matchups. You might have Harry Greenhouse here, one-move guy who destroys a lot of snitches with that move, but if he fails 4 times, you know he's not going to catch for a while. So then you can get him out. Then you can throw in a Tyler Beckman, who's more of a strong long-arm one, or Greg Bento, a very technical seeker. That's kind of the way more teams are attacking it now. And I mean, even here, switching between Garrison and Zahn kind of follows similar ideas. What?
And right out of the break, Kaufman able to score. Quick score for Indy, which has got to feel good.
Yeah, give them a little life. And 60 points. If they can get to 50 and then catch a snitch, I mean, that's basically a level playing field.
This is where we look to see the Soldados break away, though.
I think there's 2 interesting things happening here. One, Indy's keeping their beaters in the coffee game. 2, Greg Garrison was wasting a lot of time approaching that snitch when there were no beaters around. Indy's going to get the free turnover with that. I like this gambit from Indy, I'm not going to lie. Max Jog's wide open.
Oh, he drops the ball. He gets it back, though. Nice little play there after dropping the ball to hit it back to him.
Oh, and Sywick was real close to a snitch grab there.
Meanwhile, the ball's wrapped up. Back up top of Sanchez.
Is the snitch on screen?
Go for it, Greg, go!
McIntyre's shot bounces off the keeper. I'm not sure what happened. We're going to have to wait for the refs to sort it out. The camera's good.
What's the game time? I fell off her. Before Ryan tackled.
Gavin Brooms is cheap.
Guys, what's the game time?
Kurt Garrison switching the brooms.
Can I do this? No worries. 21. Harry, you got that? Yeah, so editing. Yeah, okay.
Greg, tuck in your ankle brace high.
Still waiting for a ruling from a refs on that shot from McIntyre. Dunk, I'm not sure. We didn't have the greatest angle on it.
Hey, Craig, go ahead, man. 3 seconds out still.
You can give McIntyre back the ball, which is as good as giving the ball. I guess unless you're best match.
That is going to be a goal.
So 110.50 now. Oh, Garrison almost had a catch there.
Hey, you got it. Keep going.
So Soldados with budget control here. Swillett not giving a lot of time. Kaufman's going to have his one-on-one matchup. There's a pick coming, you'd think. He gets wrapped up, he gets out of it. Brooke Willett unable to make the play. We have a stoppage of play that looks like it happened before the goal.
I think Kaufman was tapped.
So the goal's not going to count. It's going to be a turnover here to the Soldados. We're going to change Snitch shorts here. Seems that the tail is coming off pretty often.
I believe these are the Ted Walter's magnetic short prototype.
Was their goal good?
So the goal is no good. I did think that he was beat on the way past by William Dan Williams, who was head turned to the
So Garrison gonna still have a lot of time here, and he's gonna sub out. Oh, and it's gonna be
De La Fuente.
De La Fuente.
Usually a beater. I'm not sure I've ever seen him shoot.
Meanwhile, in the chasing game, long past the kite. Looks like she's unable to track it down. It's gonna be a turnover. Indianapolis so far hasn't looked great. And as right as I say that, Kaufman just barrels his way through.
Playing from the ground here.
Stoppage in play. Oh, we're gonna go blue card here.
Ethan, that's the live buzzer. Blue card coming in the beater game? That's costing out.
Hey, Brad. Use your feet. Right. Hey, Brad.
Soldados not pressing an advantage here like I quite thought they would have. Great tackle there from Indianapolis.
Well, they're finally just pressing the advantage. Snitch game, by the way, and Chris De La Fuente with the catch. That combination, if that was a goal and a catch, is more or less game set match right here.
What's that game time?
Goal is going to be counted good.
Catch is also going to be counted good.
And that's going to put this one out of reach.
Yeah, I believe that's one San Antonio goal away. No, actually, no, the goal was not counted good. Luke Lemonades has a ball and a lot of pressure on him.
Oh, and a nice pass there.
Good view to his recent fiancee, Nicola.
So the score is going to be 165 to 50.
One goal will do it here.
A nice game here from San Antonio.
Real clean. And here in transition, Naraki looking to end it. Oh, but
Nice
McIntyre
strip.
stripped by Digman. Great play there.
Nice play there from Digman.
And if Indy wants to win Game 2 and force a Game 3 in this series, he's going to have to step up in a big way, I think.
Yeah, Digman's gonna have to have a better game in this here in the second game. The whole Indianapolis team is gonna have to be much better.
For sure, but in a tough situation, you have to rely on your top line. And this Indy team's not as deep as some of the ones in the past. You need a huge game out of Matt Brown, a huge game out of Nathan Digman, a huge game out of Kaufman, and Seawick needs to deliver with a catch when you get some opportunities next time.
So the score is 16-7 after another Indianapolis goal last possession.
Digman in the lane.
Nice feed and dish there. It's going to be 16-8. And Longwiness is going to have his chance to put this one away.
Yep. Budget control favoring Indianapolis, though. They might be able to hold things off for a little while here. Langone's shot hits the attaching piece and goes out.
Do you mean wrapped up by Malachi?
Oh, sorry. I thought she had the quaffle there for a second. It was a
Melissa
bludger. Okay, it's fine.
A nice catch there from Naraki. Good step in front by Brooke Willett.
Oh, a great feed there to Christina Packard.
Was able to put it away. Score should read 16-9 now.
I say, you have to feel like, even though it's not going to matter in the records, this little boost of half court play confidence from Indy could go a long way for them.
You sure hope
in game
so.
2. Yeah. Oh, and that's a weak play by a beater there. Cleaned up by his teammate, but still. Oh, a misbeat there from Naraki. That's going to be no bludgers. Digman driving on Sanchez. Great tackle.
Great tackle. It's off room, though, and that's going to be feeding in.
Oh,
when Digman's hurt,
that's the one thing Indy can't see.
That's not what can happen here.
Yeah, the one thing they couldn't do in a meaningless end to this game was get a major injury. And we'll have to hope that it's something that he feels better on after maybe a little ice and a little rest.
And so its score is now 16-10.
I mean, as hard as it is to believe, minus the snitch catch, the quaffle game is now 12-10 total.
Yeah. A lot of those goals have come meaninglessly, or what we presume will be meaninglessly.
Sure. But I still think it's worth a confidence boost to this team. Providing Digman's healthy enough to keep doing
the
it.
quality play isn't quite as close as it'll suggest by the end.
Right. I agree.
Now Esparza taking his turn to go around and end this thing. He's going to dish it back up top to Fernandez. Fernandez is going to get wrapped up
Great
by
tackle
Melton.
there.
Really good tackle by Melton, definitely. Naraki's going to clean it up, though. He never lost the ball. Fernandez now another really good
I thought I saw a
tackle.
little elbow to the face there, but nothing called.
Mel Kite
And Mel
goes trying
Kite
to
from
end it.
mid-range. She's a killer from that distance.
Really dominating performance in this first game by San Antonio.
Yeah, everything you could have wanted to see. And you definitely saw the strokes of brilliance that has defined this Indy program at times, where it was a small adjustment, snitch on pitch, keeping the beaters in the quaffle game. That paid them some dividends right off the bat. But again, it's a lot going to come down to what their star players can do. Can they carry them in a game against a very good San Antonio team? The answer in Game 1 was no, and we'll see in a couple hours if the answer in Game 2 is the same. So we will be back for our next quarterfinal Game 1. Thanks for joining us.